Does anyone else think we should just hire Chick-fil-A to come into Washington, D.C. and fix the healthcare marketplace slash Affordable Care Act slash Obamacare situation that we're in? I do, because I think they could clean this up in a couple months max. Now, you're going to think I'm getting political. I only am to the extent that this is controlled by politics, but I am not siding with either side because I am furious with both sides. As a person who is in the healthcare marketplace and has had to get her own insurance for the last 15 or 16 years, I think I have a right to be angry. I'm not new to this. At the beginning, I had private insurance, and yes, I paid a little bit more, but the coverage was fantastic. This was in Colorado. Then Obamacare came along. For me personally, my cost skyrocketed and my coverage went downhill. I thought it couldn't get much lower. No, hold my beer, because I moved to Arizona and I saw the plans that were available here, and they were awful. Deductibles, $8,500, $9,000, not much covered. The expenses were high. We obtained an insurance broker because I said, something's wrong here, something's wrong here. Nope, that's what it is. And yeah, the insurance broker said, yeah, unfortunately, you had better plans at that time in Colorado. I have no idea what they are now. This was like 7.5 years ago. So we have had a lousy plan, right? This past year, we said, let's try to get a zero deductible plan because maybe we're doing this wrong. You know, nothing's being covered. We're paying this money for insurance and we're not getting anything covered. So we did find a $0 deductible plan, and we were paying $1,100 a month for just my husband and myself through Aetna. This year, Aetna decided they were getting out of the marketplace, not the Phoenix marketplace, but the healthcare marketplace. So we knew we were going to have to change plans. We knew the prices were going up. They always do, right? But we knew this year they were going to go up with everything happening. So we get the renewal via email, and healthcare.gov has put us automatically into another plan with another carrier and increased our deductible to $7,000. So it's not $8,500, right? Premium would be $2,400 a month for basically catastrophic coverage. They don't call it that because they do have a catastrophic plan, but it's catastrophic coverage. Now we can change that by, I think, December 15th. We met with our insurance broker this morning. She said she is just having awful conversation after awful conversation with people. And why am I frustrated with Washington, D.C.? Because our politicians, those that all of us have elected, are just fighting with each other. They're just name calling. They're just pointing fingers. They're just saying it's your fault. No, it's your fault. It's like they're kids, yet we've elected them. They're becoming multimillionaires. They're letting the insurance companies and the pharmaceutical companies run this country. I don't have any proof of this, but I'm thinking there's some kickbacks happening. I believe those industries are some of the biggest, if not the biggest lobbyists in Washington, D.C. I mean, why can't anything be done? It's like, maybe they've been paid to let the pharmaceutical companies, the insurance companies get away with stuff. I mean, as an example, I will tell you, my husband and I are pretty healthy, knock on wood. This year, this is some of the stuff that happened. I had a mammogram in January. They covered most of that. I think I paid like $150. The doctor said she wanted an ultrasound. They didn't want to cover that. They covered part of it. Then the doctor said, come back in 6 months for another mammogram and have an MRI as well. Now, if you're a woman, you know this is nothing you really want to have done. It's not enjoyable. But did the insurance company want to cover either one of those? No. They just want to cover that one, you know? My husband was tested for sleep apnea, not much covered there, and he had to get a CPAP machine. Did they cover it? No. They said pay it off on a monthly basis. A year later almost, he's still trying to pay that puppy off because that's what they wanted. So he makes a payment every single month. We talked to friends who have CPAP machines, and maybe they're just lucky and they have great coverage. They didn't pay a dime. I understand cost sharing. We'd be okay paying some of it, but not to cover it, it doesn't make sense. Make it make sense, right? So we meet with our insurance broker, say, you know, we cannot pay $30,000, almost $30,000 a year for basically catastrophic coverage. So we're looking at alternatives, of which there are not many. And I'm sitting here thinking, you know, all of us are paying for the health insurance of the people in Congress. They have very rich health insurance, and they pay nothing. I'm paying for their coverage when I'm out here and I'm looking at paying almost $30,000 a year. $30,000 a year for lousy health insurance? I think Chick-fil-A could come in and do a bang-up job in Washington and get this fixed And guess what? They would leave out the insurance company and the pharmacy companies. I think that's what needs to happen. What do you think? I forgot to add on the best part of this whole plan. Chick-fil-A would say it would be their pleasure to help us.